I thought it was like fabulous. I mean, it was, some scripts you read some scripts and they're just kind of mediocre or whatever, but this one was really, really great. And so to have the opportunity to do this with Ben and Matt and the team and then my wife, it was just like kind of a no-brainer. What he saw in Sonny was that unrelenting drive to get to sign our son. And he wanted that for Michael. I mean, even though the mother might have had some consternation around those things, because she was really kind of being super protective and super kind of like, I'm not sure, he really doesn't want to do this. But I think James saw something in Sonny that he felt like was special. Sometimes as people come around sometimes, and they're just special folks. And there's an authenticity and there was a genuineness in Sonny that I think James saw. And he wanted that for his son. And so that was how he was able to kind of like just kind of stay in there and kind of love on Sonny. And I think maybe Dolores picked up some of that. And then it happened. This is unprecedented. I mean, listen, all Michael wanted was, he wanted a Mercedes, I think a drop top Mercedes and the $250,000. And it's like, I'm good. Because he's a kid, he's coming out of school. It's the first time you're drafted. All of a sudden, this happens. And so what the Jordans were able to do was to harness that because they realized that this was something that had never been done before. And to be able to be that focused and to believe that much in our son meant a whole lot to them, I'm sure. And they knew that it would mean a lot to other families who had sons who had the same potential to maybe do the same thing for their sons. So culturally, it just like made people's eyes really open up to the fact that if you really believe in your kid, and you believe in his vision, and then you have a vision for how you think his life could be, then you're going to go for it. And then it's going to affect everything around it. And it did. This was 8 days. I've been around a long time. And it's not often that you get on a set where you work with a director and a crew and actors that are of this caliber and have this much care and this much love. And it was easy. It was easy and it was fun. And, a lot of times you work on these things and sometimes they're memorable, sometimes they're not. But this was really, really memorable. And Ben and Matt were just like A+. You know what I mean? And then everybody around them was the same. So it was a very happy, loving, wonderful set, very nurturing, very open. It was really cool. I had a great time doing it. So it was a lot of fun. That soundtrack. When I went to see the film and they had put all the music in there, it took me all the way back. Looking at the way people dress, which was, listen, I'm from Austin, and I remember when Austin used to just be Little Austin. Now it's turned into this thing. But in our film, it was just so cool because it took you back to that time. I was in school, I was in high school back then. You know what I mean? So it was kind of the soundtrack was the soundtrack of my life. A lot of the clothes were familiar to what I saw people wearing. A lot of the behaviors and the attitudes were what you were seeing. So I think in this film, you have a depiction of all those things. And that's what makes it so, so beautiful. And that's what's going to resonate with people when they see this film.